my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog. You with us or not? We can get it on when it's on. It don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy. You on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop head. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. I'm from the city where they say about that ribbon like Perry Poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Yeah. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze, I'll run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's my enemy. A little nigga, this that cult, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. You PK bad man, I plan to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been a showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's one west practical, gladiator, maximal. Creep on them slow, but that Glock fire rapido. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no cow, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not? We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
Lifestyle, that's my boss, bitch, and my wordplay. Hey, when I get mad, turn the Scarface. How when I get mad, turn the Sharface. Yeah, nigga. Fuck, I'm talking about that. Hey, tell me how it is, tell me how you feel, tell me what it is, tell me what you wanna do. Put sad boy plotting on who? I done seen it all before I came through. Must well understand, nigga, I'm in the truth, lame ass nigga. But these crackers tryna shoot shit my way. 100 down rides on the highway. Only thing I got in this lifestyle, that's my boss, bitch, and my wordplay. Hey, when I get mad, turn the Scarface. Now when I get mad, turn the Sharface. Yeah, I'm up in South Beach with this shit, nigga, Miami. Fuck on me. Tell me how it is, tell me how you feel, tell me what it is. I'm always in the field, always dressed to kill, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? But you pussy boy, but you ain't talking about nothing, but you ain't making noise. You ain't know that shit thought you was. Who the fuck these niggas thought they was? They don't even know that. Shooting at me and I'm a throwback. I don't look back, that's a throwback. No, I don't look sad, cause I'm on that. Boy, get shot at the top, that's a toe tag. Lame man, cracker don't want the guns on me. But these people wanna know everything. But the booze and the chica, I tell these soft ass boys how to think. Man, I'm on my grind, let it hang. Yeah, my nutsack on these fuck niggas, man, I don't give a fuck what they be hating on, cause I'm up, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? Who the fuck these niggas thought they was? Yeah, all the time a nigga growing. All the time a nigga knowing. Gotta stack it up, keep that bitch flowing. Hey, hey, tell me how it is, tell me how you feel, tell me what it is. Gotta flip the deal, gotta keep the steel, killer being killed. Nah, nigga, for real, I'm ready for the real. Nigga, I'm ready for the war, nigga. But they crackers tryna shoot shit my way. 100 this lifestyle, that's my boss, bitch, and my wordplay. Hey, when I get mad, turn to Scarface. Now when I get mad, turn to Scarface. We up here with the scene, nigga, with the Colombians, cutting niggas' heads off and shit. Tell me how it is, tell me how you feel. Always just a kid, shoot 'em up the hill. Gotta keep it still, nah, nigga, for real. Hey, the boy, I think they talking about. Why X out your rank, walking on your sand. On the highway, chasing after bands. Boy, wanna hate, they don't understand. Boy, wanna hate, soft two cans. Sam, ass nigga. I told you for that nigga, they don't know it. Yeah, chasing after one, I love that shit. Cause the thrill of the hunt keep me on my shit. Yeah, the dagger on my hip with a stand-up clip. Yeah, motherfucker, we'll kill your ass. We'll motherfucking dissect your ass. Cut a head off, put a bottle for the buzzers. Matter of fact, fuck them buzzers, nigga. You know we head hunters.
We got more to do.
Hey, call nigga Scarface, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? Yeah. My ethics. I show these little niggas they wildin'. I put my chains and rings and things, yellow gold like it's pilot. Never sneeze a damn hoe, bitch. SC the swamp coach. In Tennessee, the hoes know me. SC, South Coast shit. They try to throw dirt on my name. They hate the player in the game. You say you got drip, I got stain. I work it ain't the same. I never needed no lighter. Ain't make me no brighter. Through the pain, I got violent. Nah, nigga, please profit. I'ma always be on mission. A silly hoe never could get me. These niggas be paying for pussy, but with my vocab I can get her. I might just bend a pretender. Niggas know that I ain't flexing. I cut on all of the lights. That's just by my damn necklace. Remember nigga fight the pressure. So 6 grind keep me winning. Remember them days at my mama hot ass summer 6 months new scenery. A young nigga change the ways. A young nigga change the game. When I get all of this guala up, it'll never be the same. Move, moves, move, moves, move, moves, moves, moves. SC the South Coast shit. SC the South Coast shit. SC the South Coast shit. SC South Coast shit. I had to turn on my ethics. I show these little niggas they wildin'. I put my chains and rings and things, yellow gold like it's pilot. Never sneeze a damn hoe, bitch. SC the swamp coach. In Tennessee, the hoes know me. SC South Coast shit. They try to throw dirt on my name. They hate the player in the game. You say you got drip, I got stain. I work it ain't the same. I never needed no lighter. Ain't make me no brighter. Through the pain, I got violent. Nah, nigga, preach profit. I'ma keep going and into a whole nother level. That shit every day. Niggas be hating and living no passion. Boy, get that bum shit, boy, straight out the way. Niggas be cracker trying building the case. Stay out the way, separate from the fake. Sipping on dry wine, got me on thank the Lord every single day. I'm moving on up like George Jeff. Keep a tent like fuck the rel. Where y'all was when I needed help. Slept in the airport by myself. 16, just chasing dreams. $100 probably in my sock. Sitting in the bushes waiting for the shuttle. Shut up, bus to get my ass off. Grooms, 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 moves, grooms, moves. Making moves, but I never lose. Boy, I keep it tool, call it toolie tool. Do what I do, cause I never lose. I flip it. Niggas acting damn ridiculous. So I keep on my pick. I had to turn on my ethics. I show these little niggas they wildin'. I put my chains and rings and things, yellow gold like it's pilot. Never sneeze a damn hoe, bitch. SC the swamp coach. In Tennessee, the hoes know me. SC South Coast shit. They try to throw dirt on my name. They hate the player in the game. You say you got drip, I got stain. I work it ain't the same. I never needed no lighter. Ain't make me no brighter. Through the pain, I got violent. Nah, nigga, preach profit.
All right, Shalom Israel, Salakia for being late for class today. Salakia to the people that look forward to class starting at 7 o'clock. So Salakia about that. You understand? I know y'all busy people. You understand? Y'all worked a long 8-hour shift, 10-hour shift, 12-hour shift this morning or last night. So, I want to apologize to the brothers and sisters that work hard. You understand? And they normally be on time and they look forward to the class to start on time. So it's like about that. But Shalom Israel with the ISUPK start out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commanding General Yahana, and we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they truly are according to the Bible. You understand? And tonight we're going to talk about the 4th of July. We're going to break down the history of the 4th of July. We're going to talk about the origins and where it comes from and why do blacks and Hispanics celebrate this pagan holiday every year. You understand? So I said we're going to go straight into it, man. Most of the class is going to be videos and articles, and I'm going to try to touch on some scriptures as well. But for the most part, we're going to be touching up on articles and videos. So if you could, we're gonna get the first article. We're gonna start with the one that says the Declaration of Independence. Matter of fact, yeah. We're gonna start with that one. The first one is gonna be the Declaration. I think that's the first one that I sent you. Not the very first one, but the last one that I sent you. Slide. We're gonna get straight into it, man. We're gonna break down the history and the origins of the 4th of July, because blacks and Hispanics, we think that we are included in this holiday, in this pagan holiday, man. You understand? But we're gonna learn the true history on why we celebrate these things. We think we involved in the 4th of July because we fought with our oppressor against the so-called the so-called British man. You understand? We thought because we fought hand in hand with our oppressor, the white man, we thought that we are equal to our oppressor. You understand? Right. We thought that we were going to gain those equal rights because they gained theirs. So we thought that we were going to gain our equal rights as well. We thought we were going to be equal with the white man, but come to find out, we are not equal with the white man. You understand? And history have shown that. And today have shown, out of 400 years, have shown us that we are not equal to the white man, man. You understand? We're not equal to him. Even though we fought on side of our oppressor, we still don't get treated the same. You understand? We don't reap the same benefits. You understand? So we have to, for blacks and Hispanics, we have to work a little harder in America to get on the status that our oppressor is on, man. You understand? We got our foot, they got their foot on our necks, man. You understand? We can't thrive in this hellhole called America, man, because our oppressor. He told us that if we fought hand in hand and we fought with them against the British, they thought that they said that we were going to be freed. You understand? They told us that we were going to be free and we was going to gain our own independence and we were going to thrive and do our own thing. But after that war, they used you. They used us. They used us to fight against the British Army, and they got what they wanted. They won. They got the victory, and they became an independent country, man. Without us. They enslaved us, and they put blacks and Hispanics in chains right after we fought with them against the British. Right. Understand? The white man lied to us, man. He lied to us, and we're gonna get that history today. So y'all bear with me one second. Let me go live on TikTok. Bear with me 1 second. Somebody. Let me get that with you. Yeah. All right. You got it.
It's an article on the Declaration of Independence from History.com. The Declaration of Independence was the first formal statement by a nation's people asserting their right to choose their own government.
So this is talking about the oppressor, man. The oppressor, they were under the British government. You understand? And they wanted to become their own government. So they fought against the British. I'm not sure how long this war lasted, but I'm sure it lasted a while. You understand? And they end up gaining their independence. You're gonna find out they end up gaining their independence because of us. You understand? You're gonna find out that the population of the U.S. Army were black people. There were more black patriots than white patriots. You understand? There were more of us fighting against the British than white people. So I don't know if that's this article that's going to break that down, but in one of these articles, it's going to break down that it was more black patriots fighting against the British Army than white patriots. You understand? But you go ahead and read on.
When armed conflict between the bands of American colonists and British soldiers began in April 1775, the Americans were ostensibly fighting only for their rights as subjects of the British Crown.
And see, that's heavy that it says that, because it says the Americans were ostensibly fighting only for their rights. So we gotta understand that as a black and Hispanic man that live in America, you are not an American, man. You understand? If you black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you are not an American, man. You understand? You're not Black American. You're not Afro American. You're not African American. We are the 12 tribes of Israel, man. We come from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You understand? Our homeland is Israel. You understand? We have nothing to do with American business, man. You understand? So that's heavy that it says that Americans fought for their own rights. They didn't fight for our rights, man. They didn't fight for us to have equality in America, man. They did not do that. They fought for their rights to be able to own their own government, to own their own countries, their own cities, their own places, man. And we were going to be enslaved, and we were going to be ordered to build their cities. We were going to be ordered to build their countries. We were ordered to do that. You understand? They made black. They built America off of blacks and Hispanics' backs, man. You understand? How you think we got these nice houses, man? These tall skyscrapers, man. Got that like who you think built these things? You understand? America was built off of blacks and Hispanics' backs, man. And we have to understand that. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep reading. You was right. You started at April 1775. Yeah.
By the following summer, with the Revolutionary War in full swing, the movement for independence from Britain had grown, and delegates of the Continental Congress were faced with a vote on the issue. In mid-June 1776, a 5-man committee, including Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and Ben Franklin, was tasked with the drafting a formal statement of the colony's intentions.
Read on.
The Congress formally adopted the Declaration of Independence, written largely by Jefferson in Philadelphia on July 4th. a date now celebrated as the birth of American independence.
So this is how they got the 4th of July. This was the day that America so-called gained their independence. But you also going to find out that Thomas Jefferson, I don't know if it's Thomas Jefferson or Ben Franklin, that bill wasn't signed until that bill wasn't signed until the 1800s. They didn't get it. They didn't get all the signatures of all the people of all the Congress that was supposed to sign off on this bill. They didn't get all of those signatures until the 1800s. So technically, July 4th is not the correct date because they didn't get that notarized until the 1800s. So, and then the only reason why they took so long was because I think the 4th of July was the day Thomas Jefferson was executed, or not executed, but I know he died. I'm not sure if it was on. I think this article is gonna bring it up. Let's just keep reading. I don't know if it was Thomas Jefferson or Benjamin Franklin, but yeah, let's keep reading.
Writing of the Declaration of Independence, even after the initial battles in the Revolutionary War broke out, few colonists desired complete independence from Britain, and those who did, like John Adams, were considered radical. Things changed over the course of the next year. However, as Britain attempted to crush the rebels with all the force of its great army, in his message to Parliament on October 1775, King George III railed against the rebellious colonies and ordered the enlargement of the Royal Army and Navy. News of his words reached America in January 1776, strengthening the radicals, cause leading many conservatives to abandon their hopes of reconciliation. That same month, the recent British immigrant Thomas Paine published Common Sense, in which he argued that independence was a natural right and only possible.
You can stop right there. So even he said that independence was a natural right. So if that's a natural right, why blacks and Hispanics haven't gained their independence? If it's a natural right, where did our independence go? You understand? When can blacks and Hispanics separate themselves from America? When are we going to be able to gain our homeland back and get those imposters out of our homeland and thrive in our own country? Why do we have to live under this? Why have blacks and Hispanics have to live under this oppressor for so many years? If independence was a natural right, if this is a natural right, then we all should be able to have our own countries. Right. But no, you had to lie to us and tell us that equal rights was made for everybody. You understand that all men are created equal. Right. But no, that doesn't apply to blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, man. That don't apply to us. That Constitution was written for white Americans, man. That has nothing to do with us. You understand? We also going to play a video of, I believe, who was it? Who was that? What's that brother name? What's his name? Frederick Douglass is going to speak on it. All right, I'm gonna play this video of Frederick Douglass, a former slave. You understand? He spoke. He spoke about the 4th of July because they asked Thomas Jefferson to come up with a speech for the 4th of July and speak on the victory that America gained their independence. So we also going to play that as well, but we're gonna keep reading. Yeah. Well, you can skip down to where it says in April 1776.
In April 1776, North Carolina's Revolutionary Convention became the first to vote in favor of independence. 7 other colonies had followed suit by mid-May. On June 7th, the Virginia delegate Richard Henry Lee introduced a motion calling for the colony's independence before the consensual Congress when it met at the Pennsylvania State House, later the Independence Hall. In Philadelphia, amid heated debate, Congress postponed the vote on Lee's resolution and called a recess for several weeks. Before departing, however, the delegates also appointed 5-man committee, including Thomas Jefferson of Virginia, John Adams of Massachusetts, Roger Sherman of Connecticut, Benjamin Franklin of Pennsylvania, and Robert R. Livingston of New York to draft a formal statement justifying the break with Great Britain. That document would become known as the Declaration of Independence.
They just talking about a whole bunch of bull crap. Let's go to the 4th of July article. Yo, you go ahead and drop down. I just wanted to get a clear understanding on what that was, on what the Declaration of Independence was. So now that we know what that is, now we're going to talk about the 4th of July.
The 4th of July, also known as Independence Day or July 4th, celebrates the birth of American independence from the British Empire on July 2nd, 1776. The Continental Congress voted in favor of independence, and 2 days later, delegates from the 13 colonies adopted the Declaration of Independence.
You go to Kiri.
Designated as a federal holiday across the United States in 1938. Independence Day celebrations have existed as far back as the 18th century, and even the American Revolution festivities range from fireworks, parades, concerts to more casual family gatherings and barbecues.
Oh, Salaki. You read that again, Salaki, where it says about the barbecues.
Said designated as a federal holiday across the United States in 1938, Independence Day celebrations have existed as far as back as the 18th century, and even the American Revolution festivities range from fireworks, parades, concerts, to more casual family gatherings and barbecues.
All right, so we all know that for years and years and years, Blacks and Hispanics, well, America period, we've been celebrating this holiday by popping fireworks, making food on the grill, and spending time with family. You understand? A lot of us, we see the 4th of July as no harm. You understand? It's no harm. It's just a day. It's just a day to celebrate. See, a lot of us, a lot of Black people, we just look at it as it just a normal day. But they also look at it, they make an excuse and say that this is a family day. This is a day. Almost every holiday is, we make an excuse and say this is a day about family. You understand? We always say that. We always say, yeah, well, I don't care about the history. The history doesn't matter to me. I don't care what happened behind it. This is just about family. This is just about the kids and celebrating the kids and all that BS. You understand? But what you don't understand is that this is a holiday that we should understand that this has nothing to do with Blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. This has nothing to do with us. Understanding that these pagan holidays has nothing to do with us because the Lord also said so in the Bible. You understand? These holidays has nothing to do with us because we fought in these wars. You understand? We've gave our oppressor all our everything, and we got nothing back in return. Just like with the 40 acres in the mule. We ain't seen that yet. And now black people is out here asking for what you call it, reparations. Now black people is seeking for reparations now. You understand? Something that you will never get. Something that you will never receive. You didn't receive it back then. You're not going to get it now. But guess who did get it? Other nations received. I think who was that received reparations? Who was it? That the Asians or somebody one of those nations, they did get reparations. But for blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians that lived in this country for thousands and thousands of years, for a nation to move over here to America and receive the same things that you've been asking for thousands and thousands of years, that should show you that the 4th of July and all these other pagan holidays has nothing to do with us. Because somebody else from another country came all the way to America and received something that you've been asking for forever. You understand? Blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, we are at the bottom of the barrel in America, man. You understand? We always been put last in America. You understand? We always the last hired and first fired in America, man. You understand? Just like the Bible says, we are the less desired in America, man. You understand? We are not desired in this place. You understand? They got what they wanted and what they needed out of us, man. They used us until they couldn't use us no more. You understand? That's why they tell you that you a free man or a free woman. That's how they say you free, because they done used you up. They done got everything that they needed out of you, and now they tell you that you a free man. You understand? But what you gotta understand is you are not free in America, because if you was free, blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians wouldn't be gunned down in the street like dogs, man. We wouldn't be gunned down in the street like a dog. You understand? We wouldn't be arrested and incarcerated falsely, man. You understand? Our children wouldn't be getting shot down in gas stations over a bottle of water. You understand? Our children wouldn't be getting unalived for so-called stealing Pampers in a Walmart, man. You understand? If America said that we are equal and we all share equal rights, you understand that all men are created equally, I don't see these things happening to white people. You understand? I don't see these things going on, man. That's how you know that this holiday has nothing to do with us, man. You understand? We are not created equal. You understand? We don't receive the same benefits. So with you being a black man in America, you have to understand that you are not desired in this place, man. You're not desired in this place called America, man. You understand? But you go ahead and you go to keep reading slide.
When is Independence Day? Independence Day is celebrated annually on July 4th on the anniversary of the Declaration of Independence adoption in 1776. The date has entered the holiday. The holiday is popular nicknames. In 2026, Independence Day is on Saturday, July 4th. Most federal employees are granted the day off, and many businesses are closed for the observance of the holiday. When the 4th of July falls on a weekend, it is typically observed on the closest weekday, either Friday or Monday. 4th of July history. When the initial battles of the Revolutionary War broke out in April 1775, few colonists desired complete independence from Great Britain. Those who were considered radical by the middle of the following year, however, many more colonists had to come to favor independence thanks to growing hostility against the British and the spread of the revolutionary sentiments, such as those expressed in the best-selling pamphlet Common Sense, published by Thomas Paine in early 1776.
You got to keep reading.
On June 7th, when the second consensual Congress met in Pennsylvania State House,
on June 2nd, when the second Continental Congress,
June 7th.
I mean it's like June 7th.
Yeah. It's like the team
From the other one.
yeah.
All right, well, go down to where it says immediately after the it says the early July 4th celebration.
Immediately after the Declaration adoption, colonists celebrated with concerts, bonfires, parades, and firing cannons and muskets.
All right, so even with this, if y'all are familiar with the Star Spangled Banner, even in that song, they even sung bombs bursting in air as the twilight's last gleaming. So this is where they get that song, the 4th of July, from. You understand? This is why they pop fireworks on the 4th of July. All right, you keep reading.
These festivities were usually accompanied by the first public readings of the Declaration of Independence. Philadelphia held the first annual commemoration of the independence on July 4th, 1777, while Congress was still occupied with the ongoing war in 1778. George Washington issued double rations of rum to all his soldiers to mark the anniversary of independence in 1781. Several months before a key American victory at the Battle of Yorktown, Massachusetts, became the first state to make July 4th an official state holiday. After the Revolutionary War, Americans continued to observe Independence Day every year. These celebrations allowed the new nation's emerging political leaders to address citizens and create a feeling of unity. By the last decade of the 18th century.
All right, so it says political leaders to address citizens and create a feeling of unity, man. So as being a black man and Hispanic man and Native Indian man, do we feel united with these other nations? Do you feel like we were all created equally? Does these crimes that's done against us, multiple for multiple years ongoing, do you feel like we are created equally? Do you feel like we've been given the same opportunities as the people that enslaved us? You understand? Because I know a lot of people, they want to say that we playing the blame game and we just blaming the YT man for what he did to us, and we just need to let it go and just forget about it. But thing about it is, y'all are asking us to forget about something that is still going on to this day. How can we forgive someone that still rape robs? Slack, I keep forgetting I'm on TikTok. I forgot that this is a sensitive a sensitive social media platform. But for the grape, rob, and murder, I mean unalive of blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians that's still going on to this day. You understand? Because I don't know if y'all been watching the news, but it's still going on. These things are still going on, man. We have to stop turning a blind eye to the fact that we share the same common enemy, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man.
Right.
We all share the same common enemy. We have to come together and understand this, that we have to celebrate the same thing that they did to separate from the British Empire. We need to do the same thing. You understand? We got to come together. We got to come together and figure these things out, man. You understand? We got to figure this out. We got to figure out a game plan. We already boycotting Asian businesses. I see a lot of black people not spending money in Asian businesses. That's good. That's a great start. You understand? But not only should we boycott Asian businesses, we should boycott YT businesses, man. You understand? We shouldn't indulge in things that we shouldn't indulge in their ways, man. You understand? We shouldn't get involved in nothing that they told us to celebrate, man, including the 4th of July, Valentine's Day, Christmas. You understand? They make billions and trillions of dollars off of us spending our money on fireworks. You understand? On Christmas presents, on Christmas trees, Christmas lights. You understand? Lanterns. You understand? All these things that we buy on these holidays. This is just a tactic that they used against us to make them rich, man. So when are we going to stop indulging into their ways, man? When are we going to separate and celebrate the things that the Lord has given us? You understand? Like the Feast of Dedication, the Passover, the Day of Atonement. You understand? When are we going to indulge in those things, man? The things that the Bible told us to celebrate, man. The things that the Bible told us to keep. When are we going to indulge in those? You want to know why? It's because our oppressor, you understand, he doesn't teach us he didn't teach us about these holidays, man. I mean, not holidays, so like it. They didn't teach us about our true feast days. They didn't teach us this in the Christian church. They taught us to celebrate Easter. They taught us to celebrate Halloween and Christmas in the Christian church, man. You understand? That's why we have to blame our Christian pastors, man. We have to blame the Christian pastor. We have to blame the Roman Catholic Church. We have to blame the Muslim mosques. You understand? We have to blame them because they lied to us, man. You understand? They lied to us. They told us that you have free will and that you can be and do whatever you want to do in America. Man, this is the home of the brave and the land of the free. You understand? While black people are still getting executed to this day, man. You understand? Brothers is the black man is still getting executed and lynched in America, man. Yeah, lynching still exists. You don't believe me? If you could, but you about to pull something up. You go ahead. You go ahead, dude. You go ahead. Go ahead. But we are still getting lynched. You understand? All of these things are still happening. And not only that, this is still modern day slavery. You understand? You don't know why? Because of the prison system, man. You know, they still picking cotton in prison. You didn't know that? They still pick cotton in prison, man. You understand? They still have you in chains and shackles. They still shackle your ankles, shackle the wrist, man. You understand? That's still modern day slavery. You understand? We have to separate from this place, man. We have to separate from this place called America, man.
Right.
It's a whole bunch of Palestinians on here. I see a whole bunch of Palestinians. Why is there so many Palestinians on here? Well, y'all just mad that y'all the fake Jews. You understand? Y'all do know that y'all are fake Jews, right? You know that you okay. We got some people that saying F Israel. Oh yeah, so it is. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh Lord, you got folks on here talking about some GD. All right, but you got the scripture. All right, you go ahead and read.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee.
It's all dang. It's like you read that again. So I was reading this comment. So like
Chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old.
So the Bible says, remember the days of old, man. We have to remember these things that happened to blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, man. We should never forget about those lynchings. We should never forget about slavery. You understand? We should never forget about the crimes and the crimes that have been done against our people, man. We should not overlook them. You understand? Because these are current events, current things that still happen to us in this place called America. So the Bible says, remember the days of old. Read on.
Consider the years of many generations.
Consider the years of many generations, man. Consider that we went through slavery. We've even been going through slavery since Egypt. So just consider that. Consider the fact that we've been in bondage or in slavery, because that's what Egypt meant back then, man. I mean, it meant bondage, man. So remember the days of old when we were enslaved in Egypt, man. We got to remember that. You should never forget all of these things that has been done to blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, man. Because these things is going to keep us from going into the ways of the heathen, man. Meaning celebrating their holidays. You understand? Just following their culture. You understand? Remembering these things will keep us from following their customs on even to where how they dress and how they wear their hairstyles and their holidays and so on and so. We have to remember these things. We got any comments? No. Okay, most high Christ. All right, Sly, but you keep reading. Matter of fact, you can drop that article. Let's pull up that it's a video with James Earl Jones. He was reading he was reading a speech that Frederick Douglass had spoke. Yeah, let's pull it. Let's pull that up. Well, pull up on us in South Carolina. He said, y'all got the worst doctrine next to IUIC. But what you don't understand is every Israelite group, every fake Israelite group, they so-called learn from the ISUPK. You understand? The ISUPK started in 1969. So actually, they have false doctrine. Whatever they teach is false because Bishop Nathaniel, he used to be in the ISUPK. You understand? And he left what in the early 90s and went to the house of David and spread this false doctrine, spread it some false. Y'all be talking crazy on this app. But yeah, you definitely can pull up to South Carolina and come see about it. We ain't ducking no smoke. I ain't even finna go back and forth with somebody that got a soup can as a profile picture and call itself soup. What what do we even have to talk about?
The slave is your 4th of July. He was addressing the Rochester Ladies Anti-Slavery Society. This is James Earl Jones reading the historic address during a
You can
performance
turn it
of
up
Voices
for
of
the
History of the
TikTok.
United States. It was co-edited by Howard Zinn. The late, great historian introduced the address.
Frederick Douglass, once a slave, became a brilliant and powerful leader of the anti-slavery movement. In 1852, he was asked to speak in celebration of the 4th of July.
Fellow citizens, pardon me, and allow me to ask, why am I called upon to speak here today? What have I, or those I represent, to do with your national independence? Are the great principles of political freedom and of natural justice embodied in that Declaration of Independence extended to us? And am I, therefore, called upon to bring our humble offering to the national altar and to confess the benefits and express devout gratitude for the blessings resulting from your independence to us? I am not included within the pale of this glorious anniversary. Your high independence only reveals the immeasurable distance between us. The blessings in which you this day rejoice are not enjoyed in common. The rich inheritance of justice, liberty, prosperity, and independence bequeathed by your fathers is shared by you, not by me. The sunlight that brought life and healing to you has brought stripes and death to me. This
All right,
4th
now
of
pause that.
July mock me and sacrilegious irony. Do you mean, citizens, to mock me by asking me to speak today? What to the American slave is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him more than all other days of the year the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is a constant victim. To him, your celebration is a sham. Your boasted liberty, an unholy license. Your national greatness, swelling vanity. Your sounds of rejoicing are empty and heartless. Your denunciation of tyrants, brass-fronted impudence. Your shouts of liberty and equality, hollow mockery. Your prayers and hymns, your sermons and thanksgivings, with all your religious parade and solemnity, are to him mere bombast, fraud, deception, impiety, and hypocrisy, a thin veil to cover up crimes that would disgrace a nation of savages. There's not a nation of the earth guilty of practices more shocking and bloody than are the people of these United States at this very hour. At a time like this, scorching irony, not convincing argument, is needed. Oh, had I the ability and could reach the nation's ear, I would today pour forth a stream, a fiery stream of biting ridicule, blasting reproach, withering sarcasm, and stern rebuke. For it is not light that is needed, but fire. It is not the gentle shower, but thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, the earthquake. The feeling of the nation must be quickened. The conscience of the nation must be roused. The propriety of the nation must be startled. The hypocrisy of the nation must be exposed, and the crimes against God and man must be proclaimed and denounced. The nation must be roused. The propriety of the nation must be startled. The hypocrisy of the nation must be exposed, and the crimes against God and man must be
Let me get Leviticus 20 and 23. Someone said, who designed the flag? So what? Huh? Yeah, the talking about the American flag.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 23. And ye shall not walk in the madness of the nation, which I cast out before you. For they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them.
Hold on. Let me answer this question. He said so he said, who designed the flag? It was a woman named Frances Hopkins. I don't know how to say that right. Hopkinson. Am I saying that right? Frances Hopkinson. She came up with the designing the official stars and the stripes. Yeah, that's who came up with it. Her name is Frances Hopkinson. Lord, that is a crazy last name. Hopkinson. But it's like But you got to read that scripture from the top. So like,
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 23. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them.
all right. So it says, "And ye shall walk in the manners of ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation, man, which I cast out before you," which is talking about our oppressor, man. You understand the why? I hate talking on this app, but the YT man. You understand? We that is who this talking about. Our oppressor, man. We should not walk in the manner of his ways, man. Meaning we should not celebrate paganism. You understand? We should not uh we should we should not follow in his ways, man. You understand? He is a it's certain it's certain things that I want to say that I know I can't say on this app. But yeah, you go ahead and keep reading. So like,
Verse 24. But I have said to you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it.
so the Bible says, "For they committed all the it's like that I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land." You understand? So blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, it's going to come a time where we will inherit our oppressors' land. You understand? This land will also be not even only this land, but this whole earth will be ours, man.
Right.
You understand? Because it once was before. You understand? We once ruled over the world before, man. You understand? And we're going to gain that power back. We're gonna get these things back, but it comes with work, man. You understand? It comes with blood, sweat, and tears, man. Something that we already have shedded for our oppressor. You understand? But we have to shed that for Christ, man. We have to fight our flesh. We have to die daily to our lust, man. You understand? So you have to change your ways, meaning you can't eat pork, shrimp, and crab and lobster no more. You understand? You can't smoke weed anymore, man. You can't do I know I still gotta watch my language. You you can't do substance abuse anymore, man. You understand? We can't tattoo our bodies no more, man. You understand? We can't do none of these things that our oppressor taught us, man. You understand? We have to separate from this nation. You understand? That has been coming against us for 400 years, man. You understand? We have to understand that. You understand? Because one day we will rule over them. You understand? And they are going to be our footstools, man. You understand? They are going to serve us. They are going to build our cities. They're going to build our country, man. You understand? They're going to build our kingdom. You understand? With no back talk. You understand? Of course, we're not gonna do what they did to us. We're gonna do the vile and unseemly things that they did to us. You understand? But we are definitely going to rule over our oppressor one day again, man. You understand? You get you can drop that. Let's go to bear with me 1 second. All right, now you can go to you can go to where it says the 16 facts who may not know about the 4th of July. Oh, he wasn't talking. He said that he wasn't talking about the American flag. He said he's talking about ours. For one, that's not a flag. It's not. We don't have a flag. Yeah, it say right, yeah, 16. Yeah,
16 facts you may not know about July 4th. On July 4th, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was adopted in the United States, separated itself from Great Britain. This document declared that all men were created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which these powerful and moving words, their forefathers formed a brand new nation with a vision of freedom and democracy that would forever change history.
all right. So it says that this document declared that all men were created equally. So we got to ask ourselves: do we feel like we were created equally to the people that have done these crimes against us? We have to ask ourselves this: do you feel equal beside our oppressor? Do not even just that, but does America make you feel like you're equal to other nations? Do we feel like brothers? Do we feel like family? Do they treat us like family? Do American treat does America treat blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians like family? Any Anybody in the chat, do you feel like we're family? Do you feel like we have equal rights? Because it says this document declared that all men are created equally. I mean equal. So what makes us equal? Like what? Like someone please explain to me what makes blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian people equal to the superior? What's equal? Because just like I said, I don't know if y'all been watching the news. That doesn't look like equality to me. You understand? Them putting a liquor store and a gun store on in the hood and not in white neighborhoods. That don't look like equality to me. You understand? Them building police precincts in the hood, they and don't put these things in white neighborhoods. They don't look like equality to me. Them putting drugs in our communities. Them putting them creating child support and food stamps and in the housing authority to kick the man out of the household and to separate him from his family. That doesn't seem like equality to me.
Right.
You understand? So where is the equal rights at? Where does the all man created equally? Where I don't get where that falls in place at. Because we don't feel equal in America. Like, of course, we all know that white people, they get the same treatment, blah, they blah. We already know what you're gonna say. White people get kicked out the home too. They get put on child support too, and all this. If y'all ain't noticed that Donald Trump doesn't even like white people. He doesn't like white people. You understand? He only likes certain kinds. If you not the so-called racist kind, then you not his kind. You understand? If you one of those ones that love, that so-called love black people, Donald Trump doesn't like you. Donald Trump don't want nothing to do with you. Those are the ones that end up on child support. Those are the ones that end up kicked out the home because you want to band together with blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. You want to live amongst them. You want to have drinks with them, party with them. You want to do these things with the people that Donald Trump doesn't like. So those are the people that get put on child support. But if you racist, you understand, and you're a white supremacist, Donald Trump loves you. You understand? So again, where does all men created equally comes? Where did this come into play at? Because I don't feel equal. Because it's not true. Just like Frederick Douglass said, this has nothing to do with us. You understand? We fought hand in hand with our oppressor for them to gain their independence. This is for them to gain America's independence. This is not for our independence. You understand? This has nothing to do with us. All right, you can go down. Let me see. All right, you can go down and start reading those points. Yeah, you just go down and start reading the points.
Betsy Ross sold the first American flag in May or June 1776. After three members, George Washington, Robert Morris, and George Ross of a secret committee for the Continental Congress met with her in her home. The stars on the original American flag were circled, so all the colonies would appear equal. Thomas Jefferson was the strongest and most eloquent writer and was charged with putting together the original draft for the Declaration of Independence. There were a total of 86 changes that were made to the original draft, and the Continental Congress officially adopted the final version on July 4th, 1776. On July 5th, 1776, copies of the Declaration of Independence were handed out on July 6th, and the Pennsylvania Evening Post became the first newspaper to print the document. The Liberty Bell rang from the Tower of Independence Hall on July 8th, 1776, and citizens gathered for their first public reading of the Declaration of Independence by Colonial John Nixon. Thomas Jefferson began the tradition of public reception at the White House to celebrate on the 4th of July in 1801. Benjamin Franklin proposed the turkey as the national bird, but was overruled by John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, who wanted the bald eagle.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be a turkey. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Presidents John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe all died on the 4th.
Yeah, so that's what I was the point I was trying to get. We could read that again.
President John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and James Monroe all died on the 4th.
See, yeah, that's what I was saying. So even Thomas Jefferson, I think he died. He died on the 4th of July. But that's gonna tell you why. You keep reading.
Thomas Adams and Jefferson died on the same day within hours of each other.
Dang.
In 1826. the 56 designers of the Declaration of Independence did not sign at the same time, nor did they sign on July 4th, 1776.
See? Read on.
The official signing was on August the 3rd, 1776, with 50 men signed. The names of the designers on the Declaration of Independence did not sign at the same time. The names of the singers of the Declaration of Independence were withheld from the public for more than 6 months to protect the signers. If independence had not been achieved, the treasonable act of the signers would have, by law, resulted in their deaths. The origin of Uncle Sam probably began in 1812 when Samuel Wilson, a meat packer, provided meat to the U.S. Army, stamped the meat shipments with the initials U.S. Someone joked on the initials stood for Uncle Sam. This joke eventually led to the idea of Uncle Sam symbolizing the United States government. The song Yankee Doodle was sung originally by the British officers making fun of backwoods America.
That's crazy.
So
why they teach us that in school? Why they teach us that song if British officers were making fun of backwood Americans? Because they damn sure taught us that in school. I think we sung that at a few recitals in elementary school. So that's crazy.
In 1776, there were 2.5 million people living in the new nation. Today, there are over 318 million. There are more than 30 towns nationwide that have the word liberty in their name. Approximately 150 hot dogs are consumed on the 4th of July.
Pause. So approximately 150 million hot dogs are consumed on the 4th. 150 million glizzies are consumed on the 4th of July. Jesus Christ. Like, why are y'all eating glizzies to this extent? Like, why like, what's to you? Like, why are y'all eating? Why is glizzies the go-to dish for the 4th of July? You understand? Like, yeah, I'm really not surprised though. But you got to read that last one, then we're gonna move on.
Around $675 million will be spent by consumers for fireworks.
Read that again.
Around $675 million will be spent by consumers for fireworks on the 4th of July.
So it said what again? 600 million?
675 million.
600. Keep this in your mind. 600 million fireworks are purchased on the 4th of July. Just like I was saying, this is if y'all don't see that this is a business that America is running, that this is like I even think America doesn't give a damn about these so-called holidays, is because they know that we are dumb enough to spend our last dollar. We'll spend our last to make sure our kids see fireworks every year. We'll buy the most expensive fireworks. I don't know the names of them, but I'm always used to be familiar with the glow sticks when you gotta shake it 3 times or a few times, and that's all we could afford. We could we could afford the little things the little wand sticks that you shake, and then the little then also the little pop bags, the little pop rock things. We could afford those, and then those little little sparkle sticks. That's all we could afford. You understand? My mama, that my parents, that's all that they could afford on the 4th of July. The most cheapest fireworks that they can find somewhere in Walmart or somewhere at a store was them little pop rock, them little pop thing that you throw on the ground, the little sparkle sticks, and the little wand thing that you shake and it, what I'm saying? That's all we did. We used to shoot it at each other. And I don't know if y'all familiar with Chicago. Chicago, they known for shooting them things at each other. I'm almost for certain that Chicago is everybody in Chicago is gonna buy them little sticks and they're gonna shoot them at each other. Let's look up how many people get injured from those. Let's look up how many people get injured from fireworks in America. Matter of fact, if y'all remember, what's that dude name from Cali? He got his hand blown up last year. What's his name, man? Anybody in the chat know him? Anybody on TikTok? Anybody know his name? The brother that got his hand blown up last year on the 4th of July. He is one of those cases. Because I'm almost for certain he was trying to have a firework war as well. You understand? Because I know we used to do it, but I know in Chicago, sometimes, most of the time in Chicago, they don't even be popping fireworks. They shoot guns, and people mistake them as fireworks. So they look at it like this is the perfect time to get their enemy on the 4th of July because everybody is outside popping fireworks. So let's go ahead and slide on our ops and let's make them mistake these guns as fireworks. And they use that as leverage to go and do what they got to do to their enemies on the 4th of July. I know they also do that. What was his name? 4 Extra, man. 4 Extra got his hand blown to smithereens last year on the 4th of July. Is this what you want, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Do you want this to be the end results of you just having fun with the family? Is this what you want? Do you want this to happen to your children? To get your hand blown off or your face blown off from just celebrating 4th of July? It's just a day to spend time with your kids, to spend time with family. It's harmless, but this doesn't look harmless to me. This look like this can get you killed, or this can get limbs blown off. You understand? So your best bet is to just leave this holiday be. Leave it be. Leave it to the people that this holiday applies to. This doesn't apply to you, Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. It doesn't apply to you. This has nothing to do with. This is not Black business. This is none of our business. We need to go. We need to read the Bible. Matter of fact, come into the ISUPK. Come to class and learn what you should be following, what you should be celebrating, what is honorable to God to celebrate, because that's going to be your end result when you want to just celebrate the 4th of July with your kids. That's going to be the result. Your hand blown off. You understand? All right, but last thing. You can pull up that video with a manager in Yana. You can skip it a little bit. I know you. You probably have to skip it a little bit. I think this was a black watch class, something that they did on Black Watch. You can go back just a little bit. Nah, go for a little. Yeah, about right there. Yeah, stop right there.
To tell you, you know, everything like the general brought out last year on his tape. That should tell you every single thing.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this incident happened on the 4th of July, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But you go ahead. But you go ahead and play it.
That you need to know about every time they say a brother committed suicide or a brother, he did it to himself. America's history is rich and littered with lynchings, and they have done it. And they're trying now to charge this brother, but the rabbit hole goes deeper. The rabbit hole goes deeper.
It's
now, this is the thing. Mr. Booker and his lawyers said that they were not expecting this charge at all from the special prosecutor. First to begin, they said it's very, very surprising and rare. It's unheard of that a special prosecutor 1 year later would reopen a case to charge the victim. And this is a year later. It's 4th of July 2020 the incident happened. And also to Lynch forgives them.
Let's give it a little bit more.
You penned on a table. So now when you see Gene, the brother who was murdered in his a year ago.
Man, the journey on the air, you know what it is. Finally hit the news. We've been saying this for the longest, that the brothers who were being found supposedly who committed suicide did not commit suicide, but were murdered and lynched. But since it was so unbelievable to the rest of the world, they continued to lynch. But since it was so unbelievable to the rest of the world, they continue to ignore it and act like it was just, black people going out and committed suicide. Well, finally, they caught somebody in the act. This brother named Vaux Booker, who is somewhat of a civil rights type black man, part of a black human rights type organization, many of which you heard of, was in some park in Bloomington, Indiana. He was walking on public land, but crossed through private land, him and his 3 or 4 white friends. As he went to cross through the property, the owners, the white owners, 3 men looked like in their late 20s, early 30s, came upon them and told them they were on private land, followed them off of the private land back onto public land, and then began to go and lynch this brother. Check the tape out, and believe you me, it's a bit disturbing.
Just like when you guys invaded us. No one invaded. You guys invaded us. We were having a great time and you invaded us. No one invaded you. Stupid fucking liberal fucks. That's what you get. Take your ass on.
What's on? Are you okay?
Oh yeah, hold your heart, you little fucking bitch.
I know. You are so amazing.
Come on
out.
Stop, let him go.
You're causing more problems. You are so. You're doing this.
Stop, let him go.
I am not.
We're just trying to get out of here, guys. We're just trying to get out of here. Let him go, dude. Let him go. Let him go. Please, let him go. Please let him go. We're going to as soon as you let him go. I'm going to.
Guys, get the fuck out of here.
Let him go.
Get your phones out here. Go.
Let him
Shake
go.
your head at me.
Let him
and
go.
Get the
Let him
fuck
go.
out of here.
Star Wars. Where's the
You happy about this?
Brief breakdown.
Fucking nappy-headed bitch. You happy about this?
What do you topic? What's going on? So, all right. So, for TikTok, since y'all can't see the video, so what's going on is in where's this place at? Something Indiana.
Lake, Indiana.
Monroe Lake, Indiana. This happened on the 4th of July in 2020. So a black man, he was walking, it looked like in some wooded area, and he had about 2 or 3 white people with him, and he was scrolling through public land, and then they ended up going past private land. And these 3 white men, they walked up to them and said that they were on private land. So his white friends was trying to reason with him, tried to talk to him and let him know that okay, we'll go another way. It was like, and so instead of targeting all of them, because the topic is equal rights and all men are created equally. But this is what the 4th of July is about. All men are created equally. So on the day of independence, the day that we are fighting for, the day that we fought to be freed from the British Empire, instead of the 3 white men attacking the white man and also the black man together, they targeted the black man instead of the white man. You understand? So they lynched him. They had him pinned against a tree. They had the black man pinned against the tree, and they were telling his white friends to leave him. It was like, so he was telling his white friends, y'all should leave him. Y'all should leave him and let us lynch him. But instead, they stayed there and they talked them out of lynching that man. I don't know how further it goes, but yeah, you go ahead and keep playing.
You really want to call me?
Do it, you nappy-headed bitch.
What do you want to call me?
About this? You with your 5 white friends? You happy with your 5 white friends? You guys started all this shit. Fuck you, put it in your fucking film, bitch. Film it. Film it all. Fuck you. Come over here again. Come over here again. Film it.
This sucks. This sucks both ways, guys.
Come over here again.
This sucks both ways.
No.
Come on.
You stupid fucking liberal fucks. That's what you get. Take your ass on. Bring it back. Right here. I'll fucking take my shoes. I'll draw a line right here.
Okay.
Now, in the tape, you could see they obviously have him pinned up against the wall, and they are considering how to lynch him. And listen, remember now, his white friends crossed this path as well, but they didn't bother his white friends. They said they weren't worried about them, but they was worried about him. The fact that he passed through their land, as far as they were concerned, it was time for a lynching, man. And they had him up against the tree, 3 of them, and were telling the rest of the white people, just leave him. Leave him here.
Yeah, I'm looking for one.
We got it. Leave him. But the white people, of course, his friends, came up and was upset, on them and badgering them, and they finally let him go. They went and called what would be considered the same as similar to the park rangers, and explained to them and showed them the videotape. The rangers turned around and listened to the 3 Edomites who turned around and went and lynched the brother, and said, well, we passed it on to the state's attorney, and would not arrest these 3 Edomites for attempting to lynch this brother in the middle of the park.
As far as the officers, I felt like I was victimized twice. So everyone around me at this point is white. And I'm from a small town in Indiana, so I'm accustomed to that. But when these officers show up, the lead officer is completely discourteous. He seems combatant. He's accusatory. As I described to him that these men were lynching me, and I was literally afraid for my life. He lectures me on property rights.
You can go ahead and drop. I forgot. I got this last one. This is the point I was trying to make to the black community. You can go to the one where it say, did I send it to? Yeah, the African Americans in the Revolutionary War. All right, so this is the point that I'm about to make to the black and Hispanic community. So you go ahead and read it when you got it.
African Americans in the Revolutionary War. African Americans fought on both sides in the American Revolution.
So blacks, so African Americans fought on both sides, meaning we fought on the side of the British Empire. We fought on their side, and we also fought on the white patriot side. You got to read.
The Patriots' cause for the independence, as well as the Loyalist cause of the stable government. It is estimated that 20,000 African Americans joined the British cause, which promised freedom to enslaved people. As black loyalists, about half that number, an estimated 9,000 African Americans became black patriots.
Okay, so 20,000 African Americans joined the British cause, which so the British promised 20,000 black Americans that they promised them freedom. So then it says 9,000 African Americans became black patriots. You got to read on.
Between 220,000 and 250,000 soldiers and militia served the American cause in total, suggesting that black soldiers made up approximately 4% of the Patriots' number.
Jesus Christ. So just like I was saying, it was more black people fought. Matter of fact, it ain't even got to that point yet. But it says between 220,000 to 250,000 soldiers and militia served the American cause in total, suggesting that black soldiers made up approximately 4% of the Patriots' numbers. All right, go ahead and keep reading. Of 9,000?
Of 9,000 black soldiers, 5,000 were combat dedicated troops. The average length of time in service for an African American soldier during the war was 4.5 years. Due to the many serving for the whole 8-year duration, which was 8 times longer than the average. It was what? 8 times longer than the average period for white soldiers.
What? Just like I was saying, we fought longer in this war than white people. So really, this is our Declaration of Independence. This should be ours because we fought longer than the white patriots. You understand? And it was more of us than it was them. So we fought for their independence. Basically, we fought more years and longer and harder for white for white people's independence, for white America's independence. All right, you got to read on.
All right. Meaning that while they were only 4% of the manpower base, they comprised about a quarter of the Patriots' strength in terms of man hours. Though this includes supportive roles, about 20,000 people escaped slavery, joined, and fought for the British Army. Much of this number was seen after Dunmore's proclamation and fought for the British Army. Much of this number was seen after Dunmore's proclamation and subsequently the Phillipsburg Proclamation issued by Sir Henry Clinton. Though between only 800 and 2,000 people were enslaved, reached Dunmore himself, the publication of both proclamations provided incentive for nearly 100,000 enslaved people across the American colonies to escape, lured by the promise of freedom. In March 1770, Black Bostonian Crispus Attucks was part of the large crowd taunting British soldiers and was one of the number they shot in the incident Patriots called the Boston Massacre. He is considered an iconic martyr of patriots.
All right, so it says Crispus Attucks, if I'm saying that right, was part of the large crowd taunting British soldiers and was one of the number they shot in the incident Patriots called the Boston Massacre, which is of course a black man. All right, so click where it says African American Patriots. This is where it gets down to the nitty-gritty.
African American patriots. Prior to the revolution, many free African Americans supported the anti-British cause. Most famously, Crispus Attucks, believed to be the first person killed at the Boston Massacre. At the time of the American Revolution, some black men had already enlisted as Minutemen. Both free and enslaved Africans had served in private militias.
So both free and enslaved Africans had. Of course, this is not talking about them filthy Africans. This is talking about us. We just ignorantly call ourselves Africans. But you go ahead, Slide.
Especially North, defending their villages, especially in the North, defending their villages against attacks by Native Americans.
And why? So the only reason why that happened is because we were helping white Americans fight against the British. So this has nothing to do with white. This has nothing to do with black on black crime or none of that. This is black people fighting for their independence. So I know many of y'all might say, well, the Native Indians, I thought y'all said Native Indians were y'all brothers. Well, the Native Indians were attacking y'all, blah, blah, blah. No, that's only because we were helping our oppressor gain their independence. And they were trying to steal the Native Indians' land. All right, but you go ahead. In March
1775, the Continental Congress assigned units of the Massachusetts militia as Minutemen, but under the orders to become activated of the British troops in Boston took the offensive Peter Salem, who had been freed by his owner, to join
Framingham militia.
Framingham militia was one of the black men in the military. He served nearly 5 years in the Revolutionary War. Slave owners often let people they enslaved to enlist in the war with the promises of freedom, but many were put back into slavery.
Many were what?
Many were put back into slavery.
Many were what?
Many were put back into slavery.
So many were put back into slavery after they were promised their freedom. You understand? So I thought all men were created equally. You understand? I thought we was brothers. But no, they lied just like he lied today. They lied to us. They told us that if we fought against them, against the British Empire, we were going to gain our freedom. But what they did was they freed some black people. And guess what? They still wasn't free. That freedom meant that they are free from their bondage. They can still get enslaved by other what's the name I'm trying to think of, by other I'll just say slave owners. So even though that they freedom, they still can get enslaved by other slave owners. So there's still no guarantee that they were freed, because they can still get picked up. But you got to keep reading to like
in April 17th, but many were put back to slavery after the conclusion of the war. In April 1775, at Lexington and Concord, black men responded to the call and fought the Patriot forces. Prince Eastbrook was wounded sometime during the fighting on 19th of April, probably at Lexington. The Battle of Bunker Hill also had African American soldiers fighting along with white patriots, such as the Peter Salem Poor, Brazilian Lou, Bailey Grusha, Titus Colburn, Alexander Ames, Cato Howe, and Seymour Burke. Many African Americans, both enslaved and free, wanted to join the Patriots. They believed that they would achieve freedom or expand their civil rights. In addition to their role of soldier, black men who also served as guides, messengers, and spies. On April 26, 1777, during Tyson's raid on Danbury, Connecticut, a slave named Adams, in the act of reckless daring, was killed when firing upon the British. American states had to meet quotas of troops for a new Continental Army, and New England regiments recruited blacks enslaved people by promising freedom to those who served in the Continental Army during the course of the war. About 1/5 of the men in the Northern Army were black. At the siege of Yorktown in 1781, Baron Closen, a German officer in the French Royal Dukes Point Regiment, estimated about 1/4 of the American army to be black men. Another famous black patriot, Jack Peterson, was Westchester, whose quick thinking helped propel British forces in Croton, New York. Peterson's actions threw Benedict Arnold's treasonous plan into disarray and led to capture of Major Andre.
So this should show you that how white people, they told us that if we fought alongside with them against the British Empire, that we would gain our freedom, and they lied. It says some did and some didn't. But was that the case when y'all fought against the British Empire? Did some white Americans leave, or did some white Americans stay? It didn't say it didn't mention that at all. It didn't say when they fought against the British Army, some white patriots were stayed enslaved, or and some were freed. They were all freed. They were all freed from the British Empire, and they all gained their independence. But while black people, we fought alongside with them, knowing that they promised us freedom if we won against the British Empire, and they showed us their true colors, just like they do today. They promised us they promised us equal rights. They promised us all men are created equally, that we all got the same opportunities. They taught us that we all got the same 24 hours. It's just about what you do with it. All of that is BS. All that is BS, because we all know that even in the education system, it's harder for black folks to even go through college than it is with white people. We all know that. So we definitely do not have the same equal opportunities in America. Because once again, some were freed, some wasn't. But you can end it with that scripture, and then we're gonna close that.
Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
All right, so who this is that said this? Tommy Boy. He said if you want to see how black people can degrade themselves, leave it to a cult to let the past define you. So read that scripture again from the top. This is for you. This is what God said. This is for you, Tommy Boy.
Never trust thy enemy.
Always love thy enemy.
Never trust thy enemy.
Join hands with your enemy.
Never trust thy enemy.
To forget what your enemy done to you.
Never trust thy enemy.
The Bible says never trust thy enemy. You understand? We're not supposed to trust what white America has done to blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians. They can just like they lied to us when they said that we fought hand in hand with them against the British Empire and we were going to gain our freedom, and they lied. Is the same thing that they do today. They lie and tell us that we have equal rights, and we really don't. Keep reading.
Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So the same as iron rusted, so as his wickedness, man. You understand? The white man's wickedness have shown, it should have shown blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians that this is not the man, this is not a brother, this is not a friend, this is not someone that I can put my trust in, because his wickedness always overthrows that. Right. His wickedness always show us that he is the devil that the Bible speaks of, because he is a liar. He's a deceiver. You understand? And he lied about all these things that he promised us. You understand? Including that 40 acres and a mule, including reparations. But guess what? We tell the white man that he can have it. We don't need your reparations. We don't need your 40 acres and a mule. We got the greatest thing known to mankind, and that's the love for God, man. You know what I mean? It's like that's the love of God, man. You understand? The Lord promised us the kingdom of heaven, man. Something that they would never ever see, something that they would never gain. The Lord promised the children of Israel the kingdom of heaven, man. And if blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, we separate from white society, we were going to gain that reward, man. You understand? So that is what we are doing. That's what we do in the ISUPK. We teach our black men, Hispanic men, and Native Indian men and women and children that if we separate from our oppressor, that there is a reward in store for us, man. You understand? We can gain our independence. We can gain our freedom. We can gain our rightful heir to the throne if we separate from our enemy, man. Right. If we separate from our oppressor, because the Bible says, "Don't trust your enemy." Man. So that's the solution. The solution is segregation. The solution is to never forget about slavery, because if we forget, we get brainwashed. You understand? We get Stockholm syndrome if we forget. You understand? Hell no. We not reading no Quran. The Quran is trash. First, here you go. Well, yeah. Anyway, that is the solution, man. The solution is segregation, man. We have to separate from our enemy. That's the solution. Is there anything else on that scripture? So that's it on that scripture, man. You understand? We got an ISUPK, man. You understand? We start out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. Man. You understand? Damn right I'm a Jew. The true Jew. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close out. I know this all the way over there, the security now. But I put one right there too. It looks right there. It's one right there too. I got it. I think I got it on my phone. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Bear with me 1 second. One second. Somebody. All right. This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister: when a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. And you can find this in Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21, and Malachi 3, 8 through 10. 3, 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering. For a priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. I'm still looking for it on my phone for login. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Thought I had it somewhere where I could find it, but I don't. Voila, slide. See. What it is?
That one at their first.
What is the memorial blowing of the trumpets? It's September.
Yeah.
All right. So like, okay. So this is the memorial blowing of the trumpets. It's the first day of the 7th month, Friday, September 11th, 2026. You can find this in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. Remind Akim and Agua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If you want to be a troop, if anyone wants to be a troop in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're gonna salute out the class. All right, I'm in the visual Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Kahawa Bashimi Ashar Brakatah, Hazamatah, Sorry Faces Sisters, Manavision Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Haushamal Alataba Shimi Awashah, Hazamatah, class dismissed.